Hello and welcome back. Okay, are you ready? No vas a creer lo que te voy a decir. You're not going to believe what I'm going to tell you. Going to en ambas partes de la frase. You're not going to believe. You're not. You are not. Contracción, you're not. You're not. La contracción de you are my student. I am your teacher. Contrayendo, you're my student, I'm your teacher. You're. Es contracción de you are. Fijaos bien en la pronunciación. No estoy diciendo your. Muchos castellanos, sobre todo, tienen una pronunciación dura. Y your. Y suena igual que tú, tu libro, your book. Tu coche, your car. Tu jefe, your boss. Ahora, si yo digo, tú eres tu propio jefe, you're your own boss. I'm my own boss. He's his own boss. She's her own boss. You're your own boss. Okay, so, no vas a creer. You're not. Am I a woman? No, you're not. Am I a man? Yes, you are. Am I standing? No, you're not. Am I sitting? Yes, you are. Okay. Hay dos formas de hacer la contracción. Por ejemplo, ¿estoy de pie? Pues no. Am I standing? No, you aren't. You aren't. Aren't escrito. O bien, no, you're not. Me gusta más esta última. Creo que es un poquito más corriente. No, you're not. Ok, no vas a creer lo que te voy a decir. O lo que te voy a contar. You're not going to believe what. What significa lo que. You're not going to believe what I'm going to tell you. ¿Qué me vas a contar? What am I going to tell you? Well, I'm going to tell you that it takes 3,000 hours of dedication to the English language to learn it well. Okay. Ay, me encanta este lugar. I love this place. I love this television studio. I love the lights. I love the cameras. I love the table. I love the chair. I love using this material. I love this microphone. Además de amar o querer, por ejemplo, te quiero. I love you. I love es encantar. Me encantan estos libros. I love these books. Me encanta esta taza. I love this cup. Okay, me encanta venir aquí. I love coming here. También puedo decir I love to come here. I love to come here. I love coming here. Okay, me encanta este lugar. I love this place. Déjame pensarlo un rato, ¿eh? Let me think about it for a while. Okay, let me think about it. Déjame que lo piense. Let me think about it. Okay, to think about es dar vueltas sobre un tema, pensando. A ver. To think over is sopesar alternativas. This or that. Think it over. Pero los dos nos valen. Think about it. Think it over. En el segundo caso, it va intercalado en medio. Think it over. Think about it. Think about it, piénsalo, significa realmente reflexiona sobre ello. So to think about es simplemente pensar en cosas. What are you thinking? What are you thinking about? What are you thinking? All right. ¿Qué estás pensando? Well, I'm thinking about the time when I was about 11 years old and I got lost in a shopping center. So that's what I'm thinking about. Aquí no podemos decir thinking over. Thinking over siempre es sopesar. Es pensar sopesando. Esto o aquello, más o menos. Think about puede ser simplemente pensando en momentos de tu vida. And you're not making any decision. Okay? Think it over. I remember one man who was very tight, muy agarrado, very tight with his money. For him, money was the most important thing in the world. And one time, on the street, he was walking, and a man came with a gun. He said, "Your money or your life?" And of course, it startled him, it scared him. "Your money or your life?" And he didn't say anything. And he became a little calm. And the other man said, "Come on, your money or your life? What are you doing?" And he said, "Wait, I'm thinking it over. So pensándolo. What's more important, my money or my life?" He said, "Wait, I'm thinking it over." Okay, he was thinking about it, okay? So, déjame pensarlo un poco. Let me think about it. Piénsalo. Think about it. Okay? Think about it. It's an important position. Listen, Ivan, listen, I've been thinking about the situation. I've been thinking about the conversation we had. I've been thinking about, llevo unos días pensando en nuestra conversación del otro día. Ivan, I've been thinking about the conversation we had the other day concerning your future in this organization. And to tell you the truth, I agree with most of the things you told me. I didn't realize that you were having so many difficulties in your department, but knowing Johnson, I'm not surprised, because it's not easy to work with Johnson. He's a difficult person, and he's probably the most difficult person to work with in this organization. So, but I've been thinking about our conversation, and I would like to propose something, and I would like to know your feelings. We need a new person in sales. We need a person to open a new line of products with new territories in the north of Spain. So we need a person to live in Burgos, that's the idea, and to cover the area from Zaragoza to La Coruña. Basically the north of Spain, excluding Catalonia, all right? And when I say the north of Spain, it includes the province, the region of Castile-Leon, okay? So which means that virtually, except for Catalonia, the northern half of the Spanish peninsula would be your territory. And I think you would do a very good job. And I want you to think about it. I would like an answer tomorrow. Come back tomorrow and give me an answer. Go home now. Take the rest of the afternoon off. Take the rest of the afternoon off. And think about it, okay? Think about it. And I want an answer by tomorrow, midday, before lunch. Because we have to make a decision on this. We have two other candidates, but after the conversation we had the other day, after the conversation we had, you and I, the other day, and I think I see your point of view. And to tell you the truth, I found the conversation very interesting, very stimulating, and I was surprised that you were so knowledgeable on certain product lines in this company and on certain markets that we cater to, okay, in this company. So think about it. Think about it. Piénsalo. Dale unas vueltas. Think about it, and get back to me tomorrow, before lunch, on your decision. Get back to me. Get back to me. Get back to me. Is the way we say in English is ponte en contacto conmigo de nuevo. Get back to me. Vuelve y me lo dices. Get back to me and let me know. Because if you're interested, the job is yours. Okay? Okay. No tienes que tomar una decisión ahora. You don't have to make a decision now. Yeah, coge mañana libre para pensarlo. Take tomorrow off to think about it. Take tomorrow off to think about it. To take time off is the way we say coger tiempo laboral libre. Okay? To take time off. Some people like to take Monday off. Other people prefer to take Friday off. If you can take a day off during the week, what day would you prefer? If you could take Friday off every week, could you still get your job done? If the work week were 32 hours, not 40, Monday to Thursday, 8 hours a day. In other words, you would lose 8 hours and you would have a 3-day weekend. Would you like to have a 3-day weekend every week? Do you think you could still get the things done that you need to get done? Do you still think, ¿crees todavía que podrías? Do you still think you could get the things done that you need to get done? Get done, all right? I need people in this organization who know how to get things done. Yeah, I don't need people who require my attention all the time and my help. When I hire somebody for my organization, I want a person who is resourceful and self-reliant. A person who knows how to get things done. Eso lo puedes oír en cualquier departamento de cualquier empresa, un jefe. I need resourceful people. I need people who are self-reliant. I need people who know how to get things done. And what's strange is it's impossible to translate those 3 statements into Spanish. Well, you can express the same idea, but you need to create Baroque sentences. I need resourceful people. Necesito gente, digamos, ingeniosa, pero no ingenioso como el ingenioso caballero, pero gente con recursos, gente que sabe ingeniárselas to get things done. I need resourceful people. Viene de resource, que es recurso, que es gente con recursos. I need resourceful people. I need people who are, people siempre es plural, eh? I need people who are self-reliant. Okay? Self-reliant. Okay? Self-reliant. Auto-reliant. To rely is confiar in. Okay? To rely. They can rely on themselves. They don't need other people's help. For example, oye Manolo, ¿cómo se hace el sombreado de esto? Well, Pepe needs Manolo's help to do something very simple. Well, Pepe needs to be resourceful enough to learn how to do it himself. And when he learns how to do it himself, he's self-reliant. He doesn't need to rely on other people to help him get things done. Pepe's job is to prepare proposals. Okay, and he needs to prepare the proposals and to send them to prospective customers. Okay, the proposals. Now, the proposals need to be aesthetically attractive. They need to be nice for reading. On the paper, it needs to be attractive. So sometimes Pepe needs to use different features, características, of the word processing program he uses. Now, if he's a resourceful person, he will find ways to make the program powerful for him. Okay? And if he doesn't constantly need the help of others, he's a self-reliant person. Okay, because I rely on the microphone to propagate my voice. I rely on some of the technical people to propagate the image and to bring the class into your living room or into your bedroom. I can't do this alone. I cannot give this class to you on television completely alone. I need help. It's a team effort we perform here. This class is not an individual effort, okay? I don't deserve all of the praise. I don't deserve all of the appreciation and gratitude. I don't deserve all of the praise. Escrito praise, todo el elogio, alabanza, todos los elogios. I don't deserve, no me lo merezco yo, because there are other people. There's a team involved. in bringing this class into your home. Okay? So I need them. I need to rely on them. Tengo que confiar en ellos o depender de ellos para que me ayuden en esto. So I cannot do this alone. If I were a totally self-reliant person, I could do it alone, but not with television. Okay? A self-reliant person is a person who relies on himself and who doesn't seek or look for the help of others for things they need to do. They learn how to solve their own problems, and they're self-reliant. And in the case of Pepe, with his proposals, the important thing is, when he received the instructions on how to do what to do in his job, he sat down and he started learning to do it, and he does it. And the proposals go out on a timely basis, and the customers or prospective customers, que son clientes en potencia, they receive their proposals and often act on them affirmatively. And so Pepe knows how to get things done. A person who knows how to get things done is the dream of every manager. Okay? He knows how to get things done. Many, many years ago, in 1942, in October or November or December 1942, there was a press conference in Sydney, Australia. In Sydney, Australia. Sydney is the largest city in Australia. Sydney. In Spanish, it's Sydney. Sydney. It's not the capital. The capital of Australia is Canberra. But the largest city is Sydney. And in 1942, there was a meeting. Well, there was a press conference with Douglas MacArthur, General MacArthur, one of the most famous American generals of the 20th century. And General MacArthur was in charge of the Pacific operations during the war against Japan, the Second World War. In the South Pacific. In the Central Pacific, it was a different man, a Navy man, an admiral, Chester Nimitz. But in the South Pacific, from Australia moving north or northwest towards Japan, it was Douglas MacArthur who was in charge. And Douglas MacArthur was a very difficult man. He was a megalomaniac. He loved to be the center of attention, and he didn't delegate functions very well because he considered himself more intelligent than his subordinates. And usually it was true. He was more intelligent than his subordinates, but at the same time he was arrogant. Okay? So he was famous for many reasons. He was famous as a brilliant man, a brilliant general, but also as a brilliant, arrogant man. Okay? And in the press conference, it was very interesting, talking about self-reliant and resourceful people and people who know how to get things done. 6 months before this press conference, Washington, George Marshall, the man in Washington, D.C., who was conducting the strategy for the Second World War, sent an Air Force general to work under Douglas MacArthur. His name was Cap Arnold. And he was a very intelligent man. And he was going to be responsible for the Air Force under Douglas MacArthur. And of course, their first meeting was hard, a lot of friction, because Douglas MacArthur was a megalomaniac and arrogant. And Cap Arnold convinced him, because Cap Arnold was a strong, very intelligent man too, to delegate everything in him. And from that point on, Cap Arnold was doing an excellent job, and Douglas MacArthur delegated everything. Okay? And then in that press conference in Sydney, one journalist said, General MacArthur, do you know what targets General Arnold is bombing? To bomb is bombardear. Target is que blancos está bombardeando. Do you know what targets General Arnold is bombing. And MacArthur said, well, of course I know what targets he's bombing. The truth is he didn't. MacArthur didn't know. But in front of the journalist, he didn't say this. But the journalist insisted, excuse me, can you please tell me what targets exactly General Arnold is bombing? And MacArthur said, well, very well, I'll tell you. General Arnold is bombing the right targets, the correct targets. And to tell you the truth, MacArthur didn't know what targets his subordinate was bombing, but he was convinced that whatever targets they were the right targets. He had that much confidence. Así de confianza tenía en su subordinate. That's how much confidence he had in his subordinate. Because the subordinate was a resourceful man, a self-reliant person who knew how to get things done. Yes, it's interesting because in English, every day you hear a manager say, I need people who know how to get things done. And to translate to Spanish, you can't do it. The best translation is necesito gente que sabe conseguir que las cosas se lleven a buen término. Okay? Que se hagan, de principio a fin, que se completen. I need people like that. No solamente que gente que sabe hacer las cosas, no. Que sabe conseguir que las cosas se terminen bien. Okay? That's to get things done. And I need you to get things done. Learning English is a long process that you can reduce some if you work very hard. But don't wait for me to tell you what to do. Okay? Don't wait for me to tell you what to do. You need to hear a lot of English, and you need to read a lot of English, and you need to speak a lot of English. All right? You can speak English to the wall. It doesn't matter to me. You can open books and read aloud, or you can take these lists. You can buy this book, go home, and just read the sentences in English aloud, listening to the CD, where you hear the pronunciation, and you can read the sentences. You're not going to believe what I'm going to tell you. I love this place, etc. And you need to do it little by little, every day, and you need to develop good muscles, good joints, articulaciones, and a good bone structure. La estructura ósea in your English has to be good. And you need to continue always to move it and to develop it. Like little children. Little children are always very high energy, moving, jumping. Why? Because they need to develop their bones, their joints, and their muscles in a good way. If a 2-year-old child is complacent and never moves, the muscles atrophy. So you have to move them all the time. And when you speak English, if you want to speak well, you have to keep it fluid and moving, like little children developing their muscles. Every day I go to the beach. Yesterday I went to the beach. Tomorrow I'll go to the beach. Do you go to the beach every day? Did you go to the beach yesterday? Will you go to the beach tomorrow? Would you go to the beach if you had money, etc.? Okay, this is reproduction of the basic grammar of the language, articulation of your speech, como articulas el cuerpo. You have to learn to do it well. Si no tienes los brazos tiesos, then they don't work. You have to articulate. And you can't do it simply watching me on television. When this program is over, you need to take action, and you need to start doing things to articulate your speech. Talking to the wall, listening to a lot of English, watching documentaries, surfing the web, reading things on the web, going into Wikipedia and reading biographies of people, famous people, in English, listening to YouTube or anything where you can hear English constantly. But you have to do it a lot. I'm sorry. There are no shortcuts. No hay atajos válidos. There are no valid shortcuts. I'm sorry. It's tough. But I'm here to help you with it, okay? So, the class is over. The time is up. But I'll be back another day. So, keep studying. Estudiar. Keep studying. Don't let your guard down. Don't let your guard down. No me bajes la guardia, okay? Okay.